New England has missed the most in the draft quite often because the hoodie is good at reclamation projects. He's not so good at looking at front end talent. So I would guess New England, but I could see Dallas flattening out too on their draft picks because they haven't had as many as they should have as often as they've picked well or what were thought to be really good players. So those are sort of my two.
Oh, yeah. New England, I agree with you. They might even draft well, but you just look at the division. You look at all the speed elements that Miami has on offense. Yeah. Obviously, Buffalo is pretty much, you could probably say, has the best roster, and they have picks they'll be able to really add pieces to it. And then the Jets, I mean, again, I didn't get to watch enough of the Jets, but Zach Wilson still has enough talent to really kind of believe in him having a better ceiling than what Mac Jones did. I know Mac Jones had a better season than Zach Wilson did a year ago. And obviously Elijah Moore being injured for a big portion of the year really hurt them. They're running back from North Carolina. He showed a lot of talent when he got healthy. And I think they're going to add pieces to their offense, and they're going to have it really kind of cooking next year on offense. So like New England, you are right. They could get killed on this draft because they really need to turn it around. And I just feel as great as Belichick has been, he's really going to earn his money these next 2 to 3 years. Cause I just feel like finally the other teams at AFC East seem to have gotten their stuff together, and it's going to be tough. But I will say, this is my team that I think will get killed, and they have a lot of draft picks, but I'm sorry. I think the Seahawks they have 2 first-round picks. So one they got from the Broncos, and they got a second-round pick for the Broncos for Russell Wilson. It feels a fan base. It feels like the Seahawks fan base for the most part. I think rightfully so. If you look at their last few drafts, and John Schneider and Carroll did a great job. They were able to construct that Legion of Boom team that was very successful for a long period of time with late round draft picks like Richard Sherman, and finding guys like Bennett off the scrap heap and Cliff Averill. Like, those were big building blocks to that team.
And beast mode, right?
Yeah, but you look at how they've drafted recently. The only guys you would say, DK Metcalf is a superstar. That one they got right. You at least got to give them that. But outside of that, it's Jordan Brooks, who is off the line linebacker. I mean, he's good, but if one of your star players is off the line linebacker and you only have 2, you're probably not a great team. And then you just look at, they have 2 first-round draft picks next year. Well, again, that's great, but so do the Eagles, so do the Dolphins. Who's to say someone won't have a worse record than them? So even if you have all that draft capital, if you want a quarterback next year, you're not gonna be able to move up maybe above them, or like I said, the Eagles or Miami. Or who's to say someone won't do a Trey Lance and like give up the essentially, everything, like 3 first-round picks to jump above Broncos next year. And again, if they want to draft a quarterback, because currently they have probably penciled in to be their starter, Drew Lock. I mean, there's a reason why Denver was more than happy to trade away all those draft picks and Drew Lock. They were trying to get away from Drew Lock as quick as possible. And then you factor in the division. I mean, as much as we've killed Kyler with this whole contract situation, obviously you have Kyler and some very talented pieces on Arizona. Yeah. Rams just won the Super Bowl, and 49ers were, just a hop, skip, and a jump from the Super Bowl. So I feel like they're the one that's going to get killed for their draft more than anyone, like just a year or 2 away from now.
I just figured out what I'm going to get T-Dog for Christmas. It's the NFL Network Prime ticket with the Jets, man, so you can watch more Jets. Okay, one thought about that Seahawks-Broncos business. Did you guys hear Russell Wilson this week saying it's great to be on a team with a winning tradition? Did he not win a Super Bowl and play in another one in Seattle, and they won a lot of games with Russ? Or am I missing something there? What's going on with him?
It's
Coach, speak talk, Coach.
Yeah, just stirring it up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think.
Flag on the play.
Personally, I think the Seahawks, they need to put Carroll out to pasture and get Sean Payton. I mean, It's time.
Wow, how about
if
that?
you really want to turn that franchise around, that's what you do.
Sean Payton. One for Lugs. There's the one out of left field right there. Score one, +1 for you. All
Yeah.
right, well,
I mean, I could see it. I was gonna say, I guess going the other way.
Yeah, go the other way.
Team that,
Go.
I think a team that can really kill this draft, and I guess I know it's easy to say, but the Ravens, they have 9 picks in the first 4 rounds, and if you just go back to last year and kind of do an autopsy on it, before the season even began, they lost their 2 top running backs. They lost Marcus Peters, a very talented corner. And then one of their other talented corner, Marlon Humphreys, he missed big pieces of the season, and their best left tackle, Ronnie Stanley, missed big parts of the season. They were 8-4 before Lamar Jackson went out with an injury, and for those last 5 games, they lost all 5 of them. And they have all these draft picks, and I just feel that you kind of look at, they have 2 third-rounders and 5 fourth-rounders, and that gives them the ability to move up and down the board if they want, or they can just use those to build, the middle of their roster. Like it would have helped them last year. They just didn't have enough depth. Now they'll get depth pieces. And then you just look at historically what the Ravens have done in the last few seasons. I mean, they drafted Marshall Yanda and the Brandon Williams, Jermaine Lewis, the kick returner on the 2000 Super Bowl team, Dennis Pitta and Matt Judon. All those guys were 3rd round or later. So that's where they would probably maybe, I'm not going to say they're going to hit like all those guys they did over multiple years, but they have enough draft capital. And DaCosta learned under the guy that drafted most of those guys and had a hand in drafting some of those guys under Ozzie Newsome. So I just feel like they have enough draft capital to really pick who they want, or they can build depth. And like I said, they had so much go against them last year. It feels like it has to tilt the other way to some degree this year.
Wow. So I'm not hearing you say it, but you're leaning toward it. You like the Ravens for the AFC North, maybe. Later on, we'll predict down the road.
I think I do.
Sound like you kind of were, raising that purple and black flag up the flagpole, not that orange one up the street.
I know we got the bam, bam, bam coming. I'm not hating on them, but I'm just saying, give me some Utz potato chips, man. I'm just
bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, there's our boy. Okay, Lugs, what else on that, man? What do you feel about the Ravens and guys going to kill it?
Well, I think if the quarterback situation stabilizes, of course, as T-Dog was saying, the injuries, man, they were just, they were out of it. It was just crazy. But yeah, I think everybody should come back healthy. Their defense should be healthy. It should be a powerhouse. Pittsburgh is not doing so well. There's question marks, especially at quarterback, of course. Defensively, even Pittsburgh's not on the par that they once were, sort of. So I would say Baltimore, this far out, is sitting in the catbird seat, I guess.
Wow, 2 for 2.
So,
okay. Hey, let's take a minute. You want to do a little sports of yesteryear?
sure, yes, we can do
Here
that.
it comes. All right, we're going to do this just like we do every week. It's a throwback to the way back. On the way back to the station, he said, I'm going to do sports of yesteryear. Here's our man Lugs. He's out doing it now. Here he is.
All right. 1908, the 4th Summer Modern Olympic Games open in London. 1929, Ryder Cup Golf, Moortown. Great Britain beats the U.S. 7-5 in snow and cold. 1947, Babe Ruth Day is celebrated at Yankee Stadium and throughout the U.S. 1953, get ready for this one. Wrestler Freddie Blassie coins the term pencil neck geek. So shut up, you pencil neck geek. 1961, NFL officially recognizes Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. And 2017 NFL Draft, which we've been talking about a lot. Texas A&M defensive end Myles Garrett, first pick by the Cleveland Browns. that would be your sports of yesteryear.
I love the way you sing that ending. So, have you ever celebrated Babe Ruth Day yourself?
I've had a Babe Ruth candy bar, if that counts. So
Named after him, the candy bar?
it was
Seriously?
the Baby Ruth. Oh yeah.
Because you
And
said
the
Babe.
Hold on, wait a minute. What else would it be?
Oh, Henry,
named?
what? Oh, Henry, what?
Oh, Henry was named for Hank Aaron. I mean, we should go down that potpourri hole here with the candy bars.
And the Clark bar?
Clark Kent? I don't know.
Because I don't remember. You said Babe Ruth Day was celebrated everywhere, and I personally don't remember it being wherever I was everywhere. So,
Well,
how
it was
about you, dog?
1947, you know.
Well, but you know, I figured it'd be like on the calendar, circled, and we'd have it still.
No.
For a while, I celebrated Babe Ruth Day every day by eating a Baby Ruth, and then I was like, "All right, I gotta get rid of all these LBs."
Yeah, the
So
LBs.
I have to quit giving up for the SWAT. And,
That chocolate sugar and peanut diet just didn't work for you. That nougat.
Yeah.
It's always the nougat that gets you every
nougat
time.
gets you. Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Sorry
I
about
thought nougat was natural. I thought that was like,
that. Now that's
I
only
did too.
that's only the organic one if you get one of those.
is that off the nougat tree? Can you go out and pick nougats off the tree? I don't know.
Oh, at what point did we lose control of the show? Okay, T-Dog, man, we got to get some more draft talk in here. 26 past the hour, and it's a balmy 69 degrees outside. So here we go.
Oh my.
Yeah, it feels good,
I guess just kind of
Nougat.
wrap up since we have done a few weeks of offense just to give a little love to defense.
Yeah.
And this could be any level of the defense. I don't know who Lugs is going to say, but my favorite defensive prospect is the linebacker out of Utah named Devin Lloyd. And man, if you watch him,
Utah?
that dude,
Yep.
that dude is a heat-seeking missile that just explodes through tackles, whether it be a receiver, running back, or quarterback. I mean, he is just looking to destroy.
I like that heat-seeking missile. Like that.
Yeah, he had 43 tackles for loss over the last 3 years, and in the last year, 2001, he had 8 sacks and he had 4 INTs, 3 of them which he returned for touchdowns. So again, he's not only got the speed, he's got the acumen to just diagnose things really quickly and just be able to have the foresight to get there before it even starts. So.
But sadly, he's going to probably end up with the Jaguars, right?
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, no, not again. But he'll have a new coach this year, though. That's the good news there.
As far as sort of I guess favorite. I like Jermaine Johnson from Florida State. He's an edge rusher. He's strong and very mobile. So I like him. Also, I guess I'll give a little love to George Karlaftis from Purdue. He's another edge rusher. And I guess my dark horse for the defensive line would be Devontae Wyatt from Georgia. I think you'll hear from him. Who knows? Again, this draft is a defensive draft. It's definitely not an offensive draft other than the wide receiver position. So I think a lot of these guys on defense, you will hear from. You've got several starters, I'm thinking, depending on what teams they end up with this defensive draft.
Yeah, no, I personally excited to see where Desmond Ridder winds up, the kid from Cincinnati. That'll be intriguing. And, of course, I'm a big fan of Jermaine Jackson.
All right.
When he said, Tito, get me a tissue. Or was that Michael? Was that Michael?
That was Michael.
Okay, well, you know, the family.
Jerry, it was more Jerry Curl that he was talking about. So,
but going back to what Lug said, this is a defensive draft, and my dark horse that I like. And again, I'll go deeper in the draft. I don't know if this guy will be drafted even before day 3, but I really like Sam Houston DB Zion McCollum. I mean, he's just a ball hawk. He ran a 4.3 40. He had a 6.48 3 cone. I mean, obviously he has to step up from FCS to NFL, but like you look at his height, weight, speed for the most part, it just oozes like a guy who if has the right coaching